On to the big announcement. I know several people have been pinging us today saying, well, what's this big announcement about the MCM studios that you guys are announcing tonight? So here it is. So we have been in this facility, in the studio facility, familiar with it, for about 23 years, since we started the organization in a little red brick building down in downtown Rockville. So it's been a long time in coming that we've needed to upgrade the facility. And it was just, again, I mentioned at the outset a few years ago when we installed new high-definition cameras in both Studios A and Studios B. But the one thing that didn't really change was the lighting. And many of these fixtures have been in there from the very beginning. They're fairly old. There's about 70 of them, or about 80 of them or so, that are old-fashioned incandescent lights. They run very hot. They're very fragile. They don't last real long, so they're rather expensive to replace because you have to turn them out again and again and again. And I don't know and for those of you who have been in Studio B, I don't have to tell you how hot it gets under those lights. I remember when I first joined the organization back in 2009, Toby Beach asked me to be on his show and talk about what my ideas and plans were. And so when I sat down, it felt more like Miami Beach than Toby Beach because it was so hot under those lights. And so for the first time, I really understood what the Access producers were talking about when they were talking about, can we do something about the lighting, and certainly in Studio B. So tonight, we never lost sight of that. I know it's taken 5 years, but we finally, I think, moved the ball on that. So we are excited to announce tonight that we are upgrading and replacing the fixtures in both Studio A and B with light-emitting diode lamps. We're going to place all of them. So we're very excited about this. It's going to take a few months to get it together, but the ball is rolling, the money's in, and we're moving forward on it. So some of the benefits, I think they're going to be pretty obvious if you're an Access producer. Again, it's going to dramatically increase the life of the studio lighting. The fixtures last about 3 times longer than the standard incandescent light. So it's going to be a lot easier for staff and for Access users to use these things on an ongoing basis. It's going to significantly reduce power consumption by as much as 90%. We have, as an organization, we have huge issues with power here. Again, as new technology is added to the organization, as we add new capability, we just keep adding on to the power grid here, and so it becomes problematic when both studios are going and it's a hot summer, when the air conditioning is going and staff's here, and it just really puts an enormous burden and strain on the system to the point that we were about having to spend tens of thousands of dollars to replace the electrical support here. So this change here, this will be significant for us. The fact that we have be able to reduce that footprint, the electrical footprint, as an organization. So make us much greener as an organization. Talked about the heat. It's going to significantly reduce the heat output. I don't even know how much the heat these LED lamps up, but it's significantly less than the lights actually I'm on right now for this broadcast. So that's going to be a huge benefit in both Studio A and certainly in Studio B for those producers who shoot content in there. One of the maybe even more important aspects for Access producers is the fact that the new LEDs have a wide range of colors. You don't have to use these old gels anymore, which are expensive in of themselves, but the fact is that these can be programmed to do a variety, a whole spectrum of colors that you want. So it gives you much more flexibility as a producer to be able to shoot and create your program. And then related to that is the fact that we can easily change the intensity of the color and the patterns of the lights through the programming. So this is a capability and technology that will be installed, and we will be training all the Access producers and staff about how to take full advantage of them. So we're very much looking forward to that. Again, we do anticipate that will be online maybe near the end of the fiscal year or sometime in the summer, but we'll give you an updated timeline as we move forward with that. And again, I want to say these monies were not coming out of Montgomery Community Media's operating or current capital budget. This is a separate line item that was put forward by the Arts and Humanities Council. So a big thank you to Susan Jenkins and her staff there for helping to facilitate this, working closely with the county executive and the county council. Again, thank you to them for allowing this to happen, and really take MCM into kind of a green environment where we will consume much less power and be much more cost effective and efficient than we were under the old lighting system. So that's the big announcement tonight, and I hope you find that to be a positive development.